In this movie, I want to talk briefly about a few hardware considerations as well as the good old office setup. Well, here we have a visual snapshot of the current photographic workflow from input to output with our system there in the middle. And I spend a lot of time in my own photographic workflow in Lightroom, in Bridge, and in Photoshop. And we're going to spend a lot of time in Photoshop in this training. So how can we dial in our system to get the most out of our Photoshop work? Well, there are some minimum base requirements that you need in order to run Photoshop. Yet here's my tip. When you invest in a system, of course you want to have a fast processor, yet you're going to get the biggest bang for your buck by investing in RAM. So if you have a system or if you're going to get a new system, be sure to invest in RAM because it's going to help you to be more effective and efficient while working in Photoshop. Well, let's transition to the office setup. Welcome to my office. Here's a view of my office as if you just walked in the door, and then let's swing around the corner. Here's the view from my desk chair. And there are a few things that I want to point out here. One thing is that you'll notice that I have a Wacom tablet. I find that transitioning between a mouse and a Wacom tablet is incredibly important while I'm working in Photoshop because what it does is it helps me add precision to my work in Photoshop. So I highly recommend picking up a Wacom tablet. The other thing you'll notice about my office is that there's some interesting things that I have to look at from my desk. You'll notice that I have a picture of this wave, and that particular view is one of my all-time favorite views in the entire world. It's just inspiring. And then on my bookshelves, I have a few things that are inspiring me, and I change those things all the time, so I have interesting things to look at. You know, where you work, whether it's your home office, a cubicle, or your studio, whatever, it needs to be a place that somehow empowers you to be creative. So I have a question for you. What do you need to do in regards to your own workspace to create a greenhouse for creativity? You know, one of the things that I've found in my own creative journey is that the context of where I work actually affects my creative output. So what do you need to do to create a context for yourself so that it's going to stimulate creativity? Seriously, do whatever you need to do and have some fun with it. Take stock of your current surroundings and think about what you can do to increase your creative context. And one of the things I think that you'll discover is that as you create a greenhouse for creativity, you'll begin to see creative results show up in your work.